Two Chinese teams already being eliminated. A lot of pressure, a lot of hope is going to be placed onto their shoulders. Fengir said it in the interview, they weren't feeling it too much. On the other side of the coin, it's G2, who has had a pretty good road to get here. A little rocky, obviously, going up against HyperX, but had a pretty clean win against T1 and really looking to show that they're in championship form here again at a global stage.
Dusk was talking about it. This map here, this split. It's where the bread has been buttered. It's where we've seen those massive performances from these players, but already Kira, dead off the rip. Wall bang shots out from Trent and Baby Bay. Able to go ahead and collect that first blood.
Yeah, really nice read here. They're anticipating some of this pressure as well. Jogamo just goes for a check to see if that was a confirmed clear, but not going to happen. So instead, it's to the other side of the map. A little bit of presence shown there by AG. It's going to send G2 trying to find that weak side. And as long as AG doesn't get too crazy here, they will be able to just find AU1 all on his own.
It's that quick star setup over at B Heaven. Try to continue to drum up that interest on that side of the map. Meanwhile, the Trailblazer goes out into mid. Nothing going to be spotted. And now they get the news here. AU1 just tucking back at screens. Needing to stay put and stay quiet until his teammates do arrive. But it looks like Jogamo going to try to push this issue and push this position. Leap at the same time. Lingering here at the box. Not to win out that fight. And you're going to be able to get the better of him, but does take a good amount of damage. Now the push forward coming in, and AU1's going to be flushed out of screens. Player advantage maintained by G2 as they look for the pistol.
Alrighty, Fengir's so weak here too. He could quickly become a 4v2. Just gonna try to scale forward. Not much util to work with.
Not much at all. The swing in, and Baby Bay clean with a shot. Finds another. There's the 3K, and there's the closer from Jogamo. G2. Concise in their strike. Scoop up the opening round here on split.
And this is exactly what you wanted to see for G2. Baby Bay getting involved, getting some big kills, sharp with the Sheriff. 2 headshots there at the end to just nullify any hope that AG had in that retake. And a good kill for Jogamo there too. So the duelists getting involved, getting activated. Something again that we wanted to see here for this G2 team to be, you know, it's a complete team effort like we saw against XLG again.
For now, G2 not going to be looking to really up the pace here. Don't want to get caught off guard. We've seen plenty of teams win out their ecos after dropping the pistol at this tournament already. G2 does not really want to join those ranks. On forward, checks around the vent, nobody home here. It's very disconnected positions towards this A side of the map, so G2 pushing in. Basically no opposition. Once again, it's going to be AU1. Here's one by.
He's just trying to hide his presence as long as he can. Jogamo hoping that somebody would reveal themselves for the Bucky to do some damage. He's going to tuck in close at the door. Everybody else playing a little bit further back, looking for that lurk, looking for that flank, doing some due diligence.
Oh. Okay, just going to be settled that fast lane. Sees what he gets out in reply. A couple of those classics firing off. Just opting to play this one patiently. AG similarly could just stay tucked in this position and go down to the spike, see if there's going to be any pursuit off the back of this one. G2 players would love to get some ult charge. And a relay bolt to clear this one would be a hell of a lot easier. Jogamo's still going to be able to find one. Leaf scaling forward, finds himself a second. Now okay, cleans up another kill, but will fall. So a Spectre going to be lost, but the rest of the G2 players get out to safety. And that will just be AG going down to the spike. So 2-0 start for G2.
Yeah, okay, so not bad at all. Maybe committing a little bit too much there as Leaf, but that's okay. You don't mind dropping 2 in your anti-eco. Leaf gonna grab a stinger instead. Let's see what Jog wants to go for.
A Bucky again, why not?
Yeah, why not? If you find one with it, that's great. Still gonna have that rifle in Baby Bay's hands. Trying to spread the map a little bit here. A lot of defaulting. AG really likes to keep 2 players in mid. Usually the Waylay and the Viper. And kind of keep the Omen over at B. Pretty standard stuff in terms of how they like to set up their defensive protocols on split. Reveal there. Not going to catch anything. Just some spam, counter spam coming through from Fengir, but Trent being slow, cautious, waiting out this Trailblazer. Giacomo gonna dodge it.
They're gonna scale forward off this.
Yeah.
Trying to maybe take some space, but not going to be tapping the orb. Okay, we'll just be a shift around. Kira getting himself back in towards the site proper. G2 more than happy to just continue to stay quiet. Now about to make some noise, right? As we do see Shrimp start to slink his way back across towards B. Shell sent out, just a tiny bit of damage found there on the Trent. Does have the regen shield in behind that one. It's the fast lane now going to be set up. Relay bolt going through, looking for the kill, but AU1 still able to stay alive, but Baby Bay pushes forward, finds that elimination. Fengir's gonna be taken down at the same time. Suddenly player advantage, the site not quite opened up though. Still need to fight their way through. It's gonna be Shrimp tucked away. He wraps through elbow towards backside. Pont gonna be cleared, the swing of the corner, Baby Bay able to spot him out. Turning around, watching for that flank, he's dragged into the grab well, overwhelmed and taken out. As there's the finisher, Baby Bay, another multi-kill round for him. G2 get the bonus conversion.
Yeah, really clean stuff here from G2. This attacker's side is looking phenomenal. Just the C's connection, oh, that's unlucky. Jog deserved that one. Baby Bay there for the cleanup and the follow-up. Another triple kill. He goes up to 6-0 to start the map. You know, one interesting thing, I was talking to Josh RT before the match here today, and he said, you know, he really feels like they can do a lot of damage on this attacker side, that AG plays pretty standard stuff, and that falls right into their wheelhouse as a team with the way they're playing now. He's a little bit more worried about the attacker side for AG. Another dash in, a spot there for Baby Bay.
Spots out too. Gonna be a fast flood retake attempt here from AG to try to overwhelm, but Baby Bay continues to be sharp. Another kill found as Fengir falls. He's lobbed in, no grab to be had. But Baby Bay just catches another one through the smoke. He's just walking on water right now. It's Kira lingering. Will get caught off guard here from behind. Does Baby Bay here with a nice shot. Is able to find Giacomo, so suddenly the duelist is down. Spike not being planted. Shrimp out from heaven is able to find Valen. Suddenly a Thrifty might just be coming through. Clear the boom bot. Leaf has his work cut out for him. Snakebite to try to zone back the player at alley. Swings in, is able to find Kira. Trent. Well, safe to go ahead and get that spike planted on the floor. AU1 in the try to somehow isolate and conquer, but with a stinger at that range, this is so unfavored. Leaf will find the finisher, and they get close to pulling off the Thrifty, but still not yet going to be on the board.
Hopefully this gives a little bit of confidence over to AG, that they can hit their shots. You know, they just gotta find their groove, find their momentum. Again, first time on the stage for these players, on the big stage globally. So, good stuff there. Shrimp, one of those guys you're looking at to do a lot of damage for all gamers. But they're going to take a quick time out here, want to talk about how they're going to approach this kind of G2 sort of just finding extremities, finding the ability to get onto sites pretty easily. You know, one thing I really liked about AG when I was watching some of their VODs was their ability to absorb pressure, like let those big flank hits come through and then kind of set up some formations around it and fight some really good timings to come in, get some kills, put some pressure, keep your opponent pinned down where they don't feel comfortable to get that plant. Haven't really seen that here. They tried to do it in this round and it almost worked, but it's again, you're going up against a really confident, strong G2 team.
Now here, just a couple seconds left, this Coinbase win condition. Shrimp, one of the players the desk was highlighting, wanted to see that level up from him, how consistent he had been back in BCT China, how clutch he had been to close out rounds. Hasn't really been given that opportunity yet. G2 just been smothering these players at every twist and turn thus far, barring the last round. Let's see though, off the back of that timeout call, if they can start getting those gears turning in the right direction, it's just gonna be another one racked up for G2. Well, it's starting to come online as well, that convergent path's there, the pit available for Leaf. Make for a very tricky post plant.
It's like some mid consideration, quick hit even.
There it is, a U1. But you see the glow of the head, you know where he's at. Giacomo just holds down M1 to find the kill. Viper now eliminated. That's it, G2 just more than happy to kind of pump the brakes off the back of that one, and what a timing to be found, Kira. Oh no, trying to go for the paint shells. The worst possible moment.
Oh boy.
That is a massive capitalization. And this is one of those rounds where we want to see the activation of Fengir, want to see that clutch from Shrimp. Trade this back. I mean, hell, we had how many 2v4s in the previous series on Split. Let's get a little bit of action here for AG. And as Jogamo sprinting in, will get cut down. Q able to find the one, but that gets traded out. Spam coming through. Refract forced to be taken by Fengir. Now down to 24, but the heals are going to be there. Now into the 2v4, but it looks like they're just going to be backing away, looking to go for the save.
Yeah, and this is a nice set play for G2 off the rip, right? Really simple stuff. You get a little bit of space in the mid. You use that Prowler just to check ahead to make sure that it's clear enough that you can use the Neon to accelerate up into B Heaven, and then use the convergent paths. There's just not much that AU1 is going to be able to do there. And, you know, the unfortunate position that Kira found himself in, where he was trying to go for the grenade, and that's basically round over there. It's clean stuff from G2. They're just kind of having their way with AG here so far, and tucked in one in sewers, one in A lobby.
Seems like they should be able to hold on to the weapons. Leaf still a ways away, not going to be able to close that gap in time, so we'll retain those rifles. That's about the only silver lining that you're going to be able to pull out of that previous round. Just a great little catch here. Push forward, pump the brakes.
Yeah.
Kira trying to go for a little delay set up there in mid, but it's the exact wrong timing. Ends up getting caught. You can see the frustration starting to spill out here.
For sure. This is the side of the map where usually you're doing some damage as AG as well, so this has got to be concerning in the back of your minds that you're not able to kind of hold the line like you would like. So they're going to change up a little bit of positioning here. Fengir going to be the one to watch A ramp. He's already tucked in pretty far back. Trent just drawing attention in towards mid. You can keep that extra player locked in towards that space. They have to use a boom bot to check early because of how aggressive G2 were in the previous round, just to make sure that they're not pushing forward. Here we go.
Dash in, Saturate going to be lobbed over, but Fengir able to strike first. Jogamo going to be taken down. Solid opening kill found for AG. Might just be the best chance for them so far. Try to get this round converted into a win.
Look at what G2 is doing. They're trying to push B Heaven to sell a fake. Maybe they can cut through ropes if they can get in there. Got to get through Fengir, though.
A bit more noise going to be made. Leaf will just slot himself alongside the wall here, the entry to Heaven.
Oh, Valen's being so tricky. He put up 2 stars over on the other side.
But it looks like they're not quite falling for this. The rotation is coming in. AU1 starting to join in, reinforce this A site where previously it was the weaker of the two.
30 seconds left.
Fengir on the reposition now out towards screen. Shrimp still sat here. Backside concussed, not going to connect. Fengir's able to find another. Trent taken down at Heaven. Valen now going to be caught as Shrimp starting to come online.
Spike down A.
Sees the gun barrel. They know exactly where Baby Bay's at. He's not going to be able to fight his way out of this one. A flawless round for AG to at long last get themselves on the board.
Yeah, that's massive. You're going to get a little bit of extra economy in there as well off of that. You're going to have Fengir's ult, couple away from Shrimp and AU1's ult, GRQ as well. This is what I'm talking about, where they want to give you that little bit of space, catch you a little bit off guard in your timings when you're trying to go for your execute. This is a perfect setup and a perfect execution. Fengir in particular, very clean, some of that shooting. So, okay, you got one on the board finally. See if they can run a few more together here and give G2 a little bit of trouble.
Convergent paths online, the rest of the ults just a hair away. Baby Bay getting tagged up on that entry. Dives forward, but will find a relatively empty site. Said, trying to get the spike into play could prove to be a little bit difficult, but Leaf is going to look to try to turn that around. As the pit goes up, and Jogamo lurking here at ramp is able to find 2. Fengir dead, runs out of bullets, can't find the kill there on the Shrimp, but does find damage. Seekers are available, might have to be invested just to try to suss out where this Viper's disappeared to, but Money's still not in the most stable position. Well, it's overall decent for AG, so certainly should try to play this one out. Can they find Leaf? Another smoke going to be blooming. Baby Bay cutting across towards back map. Spot on the one. Valen able to find Shrimp. Finds himself a second as GRQ gets taken down. Now it's just AU1 backpedaling out towards safety, trying to stay alive. But they will chase. They will look for blood. Trent going to be the one trying to take him down, and he shall. Nightfall online off that kill. G2 now up 6-1.
Yeah, and it's just a little counter move that G2 makes here in putting Jogamo behind the box at the top of ramps that really hurts AG is a good read by G2 in terms of understanding that AG is going to be making a quick rotation. Let's have a player in place that a spot that might catch them off guard, and it absolutely does. If Jog doesn't run out of bullets, he might get 3. Took a little while to get that spray to go through that box. He's going to have his ult. Trent has the Nightfall. A lot of ults. Kira almost to that showstopper, but man, he's had a real struggle here. 1 and 5 on the scoreboard right now for the Rays, and Jog is just off to, whoa, he's dead, never mind.
Yeah, just quickly pushing forward into that smoke, and Shrimp is there to greet him. Hello, Baby Bay, however, able to get on top of Fangir as the Refract drags him back. Let's find the Punisher 1-for-1. The duels exchange on either side.
It's all fake.
In the meantime, yep, they are just walking their way forward onto the B site. Leap with that spike in hand. Meanwhile, GRQ has managed to hear this, relays this over to the team. Ball going to be sent up towards Heaven and Stairs. Going to be getting a catch. Kira 1 away. If he can find a kill, would give him the showstopper, which could be absolutely monstrous and trying to turn the tides of this round. Main shells out towards Garage, not going to find the contact on anybody. Checks over towards Drop. Scale forward now, coming through. It's a drop down, grab well, dragging in towards 2, but AU1 able to find a kill. Leaf going to be struck down by the Judgment Balance. Still here at backside, poking and prodding, finding a kill. Looking for the follow-up, gets the second. Trip now dead. The shorty drawn out. This is Kira there for a brief little moment, but it's going to be Baby Bay now. On high, just dancing around this pillar. Keeping him busy, keeping him off the fuse. Another 3K for Baby Bay. As G2 still not allowing for AG to find that second round win.
Yeah, this is just phenomenal stuff from Baby Bay. Able to find that kill off of his own Saturate right at the window of A Heaven, and Valen doing some great stuff there at backside, using that smoke to his advantage. Even though he can't find the follow-up with the shorty just on a timing, the rest of the team there finish the job, and Baby Bay really patient on that counter lurk.
Starting to get to that point where if you're AG, you've got to be considering potentially that second time out to call it come through. Always a tough pill to swallow. Let's see if they can make something of this one here. Judge and a Stinger in the buy, but that showstopper now online. The convergent path still in the hands of Fangir. Has not committed that quite just yet. Yeah, at the same time, you have that outlaw in the hands of Leaf, and he could be damn deadly with it.
Right, and he might be squaring off against that ult, that big ult that Kira has. Kira's tucked in with a Judge, though, so might not be giving up much there. Trying to play in a position where he should get value out of it at the very least. Fangir dodges the Saturate, gets Baby Bay.
Critical kill to be found. Baby Bay's been monstrous so far for G2. Big elimination, a bit of revenge, and now a spot on the Leaf as well. He'll just dash across. Doesn't want to overstay his welcome. Good to see that restraint being shown. This will just force away. U1 reroutes him over towards Alley. 3 players situated here. So relay bolt not going to be connecting onto Jogamo. GRQ able to find Valen. Trent though out onto the Raptors somehow. Unable to find that kill. Leaf is going to be good for 1, but he's tagged down to 24. Last one standing and won't be able to find a damn thing. AG, a relatively clean win, commit in with that convergent pass to get themselves a second round win.
Yeah, and that early first kill for Fangir, such a big deal for slowing down this G2 team. Convergent paths landing nicely. Trent just trying to see if he can get lucky with the one taps while he's saturated up there, but not going to happen. GRQ, nice work holding that site. Nice job anchoring. It's going to give AG some hope. See if they can get this to 7-5. Be a nice bounce back for them going over to their attacker's side.
Oh, what a turnaround it would be. Haunt over the top, jogging about the jump peak. Spotting him out, will just back away. Paint Shell's just going to be locked in. One there to receive it, and immediately, it's a bit of a disconnect here from G2. Trying to scale their way forward through the vents. Come around off this flank, but now Leaf going to be eliminated, and there goes Jogamo. Showstopper finds its target. Fangir now looking for the transfer, and takes down both at vents. Denies them access, and Valen, a world away, might just be able to have a freebie here. We'll be able to clean up the enemy Omen, but it'd have to be an ace clutch, and he's still quite far from recovering the spike.
It's a bit of a journey. Love to maybe just hold on to this gun, to be honest. The money's actually getting a little bit weird for G2, so I think at this point you're just gonna try to wait this clock out, see how aggressive AG wants to get off of this, but it's just a great hold at A ramp. See how important it is for them to control the extremities now.
30 seconds
kind of finding
left.
out that maybe those counter floods that they want to go for, or the denial of executes, isn't really going their way, so a change up of ideology is going to be nice. And nice setup, little flash and go.
10 seconds left.
Just gonna have to wait this out, see if there's anything else that happens. But overall, I really like G2's game plan for the most part too. They're doing a good job with a lot of kind of misdirection, some neat map stuff, but this round, able to get some value out of that ult, and you absolutely need to as AG with that raise in play. That showstopper has to be a difference maker. See if Kira can keep it up. He's usually really good on the attacker side on this map. That's where I've been really impressed with him on his entries. This is just solid.
Now, without that previous damage, Jogamo almost certainly would have been able to survive. And who knows what happens with that Bucky in hand off the back of that one, but we will have the timeout call from G2. Not going to be looking to save both. They want as dominant of a half as they could possibly get. Setting their sights on that 9-3.
Yeah, for sure. And I think here you're maybe in this Coinbase win condition timeout talking about, you know, how you want to approach some of those extremity controls, how you want to approach the B main or A main fight. I think that's probably the biggest deal right now, or if you want to try to throw some more trickery in there, some more fakes, you think that that's been what's working the most, so maybe go back into that well. But overall, you know, pretty good start for G2, but you know, Josh was telling me, you know, they don't underrate this AG team. A lot of people have been saying it. This AG team is tough, man. They're good in scrims, and that, you know, doesn't always translate to the big stages, but, you know, you just had Alex from HyperX talking about it the other day. They lose on the regular to AG in scrims, so you definitely don't want to underestimate your opponent. Like the timing here on this timeout. Don't let them get hot. Don't let them get streaky. Keep them in check, so you can come out clean on this map win.
That very well could just be a timeout call just to try to ice the players on the other side of the stage as well.
Yeah.
Say, okay, they built up 2 in a row. They're starting to claw this one back. There's a potential for them to make this a 5 to 7 half.
And they're out of the ult cycles now, so for G2, it's your turn to be in that ult cycle. Try to really capitalize on that.
Deep forward smoke set up here. GRQ maybe with a tiny little gap to play around. No. Will bloom across the entirety of that garage exit. Well,
Find you.
linger over towards mid from Baby Bay. There's the reveal onto Kira. Just quickly make his exit. Blast packing back across towards safety.
Fishing for responses. These are fast rotates from AG, man.
Looking to match G2, but they're going to pump the brakes once again. Have to suspect that they've drawn this attention, and Leaf will be able to confirm it, but with his life. A 1-for-1, both Vipers down. But now you've got them in this 2-2 split. The pack mentality of G2 could try to come out on top, but Val in around the corner, goes in the Astra form. They see the glow, and they get the kill. Kira able to collect that one, and now it's player advantage in the hands of AG. 3v4 for the post. Jogamo swinging the corner, but Fangir's just reading him like a book. Instant with that headshot, the dash across, trying to scout for information. It's back across the safety now, Trailblazer to lead the way forward. One at the top of stairs, Trent gonna be tucked here, has to clear that out, swings into his demise.
Wow.
Svengir finds himself another. Baby Bay's presence confirmed in heaven by the guiding light. He will fall. Shrimp able to collect it, and that timeout call from G2 might have just bit them in the rear as AG get up to 4.
They're just really sharp right now. They're reading the map really, really nicely. That 2-man push out of B main, a difference maker. They're playing together here. They're always going in at least pairs if they can help it. Then you got Fangir, who's really hitting some good shots, winning some big battles out on the extremity there. Okay, starting to feel like if this gets to 5, man, I think I'm starting to believe in AG.
He's catching up to Baby Bay, who is having such a solid start to this one, but has been struggling to try to find any real impact in these last couple rounds. Now we go into that last round of the half. Conversion path's going to be available for him. So jump across A main for Jogamo so far. Cosmic Divide going to be called in. Shrimp opening up with that Odin, but we'll just push in front of this wall. Backs away, swaps the weaponry. Now a Vandal in hand as the Trailblazer goes forward to scout, and we'll find that no one's really gotten themselves forward onto the site quite just yet. Flash through, Valen able to find the one, but Kira there for the trade. GRQ now trying to get a piece of the pies. It's just a bloodbath. It's one that G2 narrowly do manage to come out on top of. Single player advantage, but A1 Fengir still alive. The double dash across over into elbow, has to refract back to heaven, and Jogamo has the backstab. Gets a 3K and gets G2 an 8-4 half.
Yeah, it's a really nice read here by G2, expecting the counter flood. Deal with it. They have the angle density. Really nice stuff right on the edge of that Cosmic Divide.
Well, it's a really solid start here for G2. Decent little recovery from AG. Let's see if they can find the pistol, try to jumpstart the engine in the second half.
Red Bull gives you wings.
People love you, man. Yeah. Mauricio, ven, tráelo. Ok, Mauricio es un gran fan de Energy y le enseñó algunos cantos, algunos chants a Amada. Y Amada lo va a hacer ahora para ustedes. So, Amada, bring on the chants, please. People are waiting for them.
Hola, Chile. Are you ready? Are you ready? Se siente, Chile sabe siente, se siente, Chile sabe siente, se siente, Chile sabe siente, se siente.
Do you have anything to say to the whole crowd? The people love you, man.
We appreciate all the support. You guys are the best crowd ever. Best crowd in the whole world.
Por último, el aplauso gigante para Amada. Gracias, Santiago.
We go back into this opening map between AG and G2. G2, a very hot streak. Open the door a little bit, allowed for those 4 rounds to come through for AG. See if they come to regret that. If we can have another hot start, try to just shut AG completely out of their map pick.
Yeah, this pistol, really, really important here. AG, oh man, that last round, if they could have got it to go, but G2 just so ready for it. Look at this map, expecting mid pressure. This is something AG loves to do here. Odd split is try to create space in the mid and use that as a pivot point to go A or B. But it's well read by G2 in terms of their tendency, but right now AG showing something they don't usually. They want to go over towards B main, but they get stopped by the grab well in the snake bite.
Oh, just dragging them together. The shots flying out, and Leaf is able to find the first, and Jogamo just pushing down into mid, catching AU1 over at Ramen. Does he do a good amount of damage to Jogamo down to 11. Chance for a freebie kill here, but Fengir, pressure on him. Just managed to find the dink. Trent, oh, taken low, but there's the jump off the back of the saturate. GRQ gonna be good for another, but now that's the spike in hand, dropped over towards Ali.
I got the spike.
Shrimp, the aforementioned clutch king for this team. Needs to prove it again, but yeah, if he just decides and walks across to A, this could catch G2 a bit off guard. Maybe give him some time to try to isolate these kills. It looks like that's exactly what he's going to do.
G2's probably going to figure it out in about 3, 2, 1. Jog's already on his way.
Starting to sprint his way across. The other two just going to be playing together. Don't want to split up unnecessarily here. So the plan now to come in, Jogamo. An opportunity for that first contact, but again, with 11 HP, a stiff breeze would take him down.
Trent, too, really weak, 28.
This is very doable for Shrimp. No further util available on either side. just come down to game sense as well as just the ability to isolate and conquer. But Jogamo, even with the health disadvantage, just finds the headshot. Shrimp eliminated, and that's another pistol going the way of G2.
Yeah, this is just a great protocol setup for G2. They don't get any pressure in mid. No real heavy pressure, so they just kind of keep pressing, and then they have the grab well and the snake bite set up, and it's perfect. And
just can't escape it.
Yep, Kira's just doomed. Huge there that Jog gets that kill too. Don't give Shrimp any chance. He has been monstrous in clutches over in China. Keeping him out of the equation, keeping him from getting hot. That's huge. Got a Judge for Jog, a couple stingers, Bulldog for Trent, Baby Bay with the Outlaw. Gonna go for that scoped weapon.
Jog for now, he's ready for that waylay to maybe just come landing up onto the rafter. And there he goes. And there goes Fengir. It's just well read overall. Jump out of the smoke, and Kira will be able to collect the kill, but Trent to Sarah for the covering fire. Meanwhile, Whiffy on the first shot. Baby Bay going to be taking that refract back over to safety. Meanwhile, AU1 getting the jump on the flank. Doesn't manage to collect another one, so some damage going to be dealt here. As well as the spike planted. Shrimp now with a Judge in hand at elbow to try to protect this and pull off the thrifty win. Dash over, trying to just scale forward, close that distance. He cannot. The Judge going to be recovered though in GRQ, putting it to use for one, but cannot dissuade Trent from finding the 4K. Refuse to be passed over, you would expect. Get that Nightfall fast-tracked. G2 now up to 10-round wins.
Still really nice pressure that they're able to create. I kind of like this in terms of follow-up game plan. Even though you lose one to Jog there, he just antis you. Trent's gonna get 4. Be fast-tracking that Nightfall, but you know, you're able to confuse. You're able to come up on the back of ramp when G2's not expecting it. Get a freebie there. So a couple nice little things. At least able to do some pretty decent damage. Jog's gonna be on a Bucky. I don't think Valen's gonna buy it. Well, he goes for the Stinger, of course.
But this has to be the round.
Yeah, yes.
Cannot afford to have another bonus conversion. G2 pull that off. Stick a fork here and split. We need to find this win and need to find it cleanly. Still 2 players lingering outside of A. The other 3. Some pressure applied around Garage. Now look to try to scale their way into mid. They get the spot on the leaf. Big rotations though as Jogamo and Trent look to reinforce from that male side.
Now they're gonna try to see if they can get a reaction.
Mitchell lobbed in the one-way. Trailblazer are gonna be cleared out.
Man, I'm worried for him. This has gotta feel weird getting vents for free like that. There was that haunt though.
That suspicion is very well earned. Jogamo just staying tucked into the corner, safe as ever. Well, Leaf playing close right side of this A main exit into the site.
Oh, but you have B main control, so you can lean Trent a little bit over towards A. Jog won't be too far behind, coming from male.
Flash out over towards the corner. There's a spot out. Fengir turns back, is able to find that kill, swings in, looks for a little bit more, but eats a shot from Baby Bay, but it's going to be damage traded back. Jogamo, however, now for the backstab. Able to find the kill, wants to hold on to the Bucky, it would seem. Could go for the weapon swap, and will do so eventually. Meanwhile, Plant's going to be coming through. 4v4 at the moment, AG. Can they hold their ground?
Feels like it comes down to Fengir and his timings.
Pressure being applied on that ramp side, at least not at the moment. Jogamo able to just get pushed up all the way around towards the back side and catches the timing on the Shrimp. Looks for a little bit more. Cannot find that kill, and now it's just Baby Bay. The Outlaw on hand. Can he find some more damage? Can he find a clutch? Right now, for the moment, looking unlikely. AG, this time around, denying the bonus conversion from G2. Push down, the shots coming in, he's looking for it, but yeah, Baby Bay will end up falling. Big round from GRQ with 3K for the Omen. AG halfway to tying it up.
Yeah, he's had some really nice stuff here today. It's not one of the players that's going to get talked about a lot on this AG squad, but he's showing up big when they need it most. Fengir, of course, still having some impact, but crossfire they have set up on the backside ends up working out. I got a bit worried there when Shrimp just got caught staring into Narnia. but it's, somehow, some way, they're able to get it to go through, and Fengir didn't really even need to get involved.
I believe he was looking for the haunt. So I was looking to try to clear that, but it's just, you know, good timings from G2. All the same, can't convert the round off of that one, so still alive and well, RAG. Maybe Spectre in hand here for Valen. Unable to quite get up to a full rifle. Well, double duelist push out from G2. Looking to try to maybe catch AU1.
Jog's got his ult too.
Oh, there's the spot, and AU1 snappy with a headshot. It's the punish, and yep, Jog's got the ult, but he's gonna have to use it maybe in the next round.
Scout destroyed.
They're being really slow, really methodical. RAG. Normally they're kind of just like, you give us space, we're gonna take it. But I think they're just very afraid. They don't really understand yet how G2 wants to play, and they need to start kind of piecing it together round by round. And they're starting to now claim some of that territory. Gonna try to set up a crunch over towards B.
TP to backside. Valen looking to try to clear it. No. Will just intercept as soon as he plants his feet. A lot of timing to be found, as well as the weapon now upgraded. Valen posts up on top of the box. Dropping down, Shrimp trying to scale forward, up and over. He goes, looks for that transfer, cannot manage to find it, but Trent still here, still fighting. There's the backstab on the AU1. It's looking decent for a brief little moment there for AG, but G2, they suss it out. That catch from Valen is everything.
Yeah, this is one of those big brain plays from Valen. He's waiting out that TP, and he gets it right as GRQ commits to it. And then that buys so much time because they take forever to try to clear him out of there. They're really being slow about working in towards that site. I'm not seeing that typical kind of Kira dives in, the rest of the team's trying to back him up sort of style that they played. And, you know, Fengir talked about this in his pre-match interview, that he said we need to be ourselves, and I'm not seeing that on this attacker side. I'm seeing them being slow, careful, cautious, where normally they don't mind taking some contact. They're gonna keep pushing space, see what you give them, and try to make plays off the back of that. You know, they do get some mid space here. They're able to create that crunch on a B like they want. It just takes too long to develop.
I have to suspect that that's one of the big things that the coach is gonna be reminding them about. Have that confidence. Don't play with the fear that, as Fengir pointed out, was being put on display by the other Chinese teams here at this event. Maybe a bit too much hesitancy. Trying to ramp things up. The final timeout call on G2, one away from map point. We have to remember that this is AG's map pick. This has been their strongest map. Getting ready to go over to Abyss. In the hands of G2, you never really know what you're gonna get other than a hell of a lot of entertainment.
I'm looking forward to some more Harbor stuff because I loved the tech that G2 had there on Abyss. We'll get to that later. Judge for Jog. Nightfall for Trent now. So you do have Shrimp's ultimates. You have some ability with the cabbages to get a little bit of info. Here we go. They're just gonna push through towards mid, I think, but here goes Fengir. Some dive potential.
Refract at the ready. Early lobbing on that saturate, just trying to get a catch, but nobody home. Jogo now gonna maybe consider rotating down into the vent itself. Can hold that from below with that Judge in hand. Will be dead to rights if he goes pushing, but Trailblazer gonna be able to get the spot out here on the 2, so Leaf's position now gonna be known. Right of the rope, trying to get the catch here. Fengir does manage to outdo him, so Jogamo going to be taken down. The Seeker's now going to be lobbed in, but Leaf is able to find one. The trade coming in is AU1. Strikes him down, gets him back into a player advantage position. And Trent, similarly, caught off guard, just not ready for the push. Fengir outdoes him. Now it is just Valen and Baby Bay to see if they can make any kind of go of this. They're very disconnected from one another.
Yeah, and I mean, Valen still only has a Spectre. He's going to be able to grab an upgrade, though, along the way.
Get the one in mid, but
they even go for this. I don't think they will.
Going to have their work cut out for him. Without anybody swinging in, peeking into Baby Bay. Trying to pull this off. Does seem unlikely. Valen doesn't even want to make the noise with the swap of the weapon. We'll just hold on to that Spectre for now. It's the ping out, and maybe we'll just tuck away, see if he can find anybody on the exit. Well, yes, he will. Cleans up one, but the time has been given over, so G2 just have to back away, save these 2 rifles. AG, The timeout call working a treat this time around. Get themselves up to 6 once again, a 5-round deficit.
Yeah, and even though G2 tries to throw kind of an extra body at the problem in towards that male control, AG's still able to take it. And that's really, really nice. A little bit of late util coming through. You know, able to take some space, and then Jog tries to play off that Nightfall to see if he can catch him off guard, but it's Fangir holding the line there, giving a lot of space over so that Judge couldn't really do any damage. Very, very nice discipline. And a little bit pacier, not super fast or anything, but a little bit pacier there where they're confident to keep taking space, keep scaling forward. That's what I want to see a little bit more of in the long run for AG. This looks like just a fake over towards B to buy a little bit of attention early, and then a quick pivot over in towards A. Of course, you got to watch for Jog again. They've already seen him peek out once down through A main. This time around, not going to be there, and they're just going to go for the big push. Usually it's going to be Kira who's just going to dive onto the site proper. He's only got a Guardian here. Let's see if they want to change up that idea because of that.
Angel's going to be locked in over towards Elbow. Now Blast packing up over the top, looking for the kill here on a Baby Babe. It has to drop away. Gets overwhelmed, gets surrounded, Jogger at the same time, maintaining control over main. Going to be full flash, but gets the spot out, swaps back to the Bucky, but it's going to be Fangir now. Previously dove forward, is able to find 2. The duelist of G2 eliminated. And somehow he is untouched, but Shrimp is tagged down to 7. This would be a monstrous 2v3. Continue to try to run this one back and deny the map point away from G2, and that's a great start, Fangir. Instantaneous with the kill. Convergent paths now at the ready, going to be considered. So both players going to be stunned on the corner, and Balance strikes in, finds it. As Fangir looks for the ace clutch. 7 bullets remaining in the mag. Balance on the corner, tagged up. Fangir still somehow completely untouched, but Trent will play him in, plant his feet, find the headshot, and G2 will find their way up to map point.
Just all the util slammed in. Great reactions from G2 as AG tries to make their big execute. Just gumming up the works. Some stuns landing onto Kira. And even though Fangir gets tucked into the corner, and my God, does he give it a good effort. Look at Trent here. Woo! He was the one trying to bait, and he gets the kill. And oh yeah, Fangir not happy.
He's doing so much. Absolutely should have felt like he could have got that one over the line. And now AG needs 6 rounds in a row. The pit now blooming, locking off mid. Jogamo rotating through the vent. Just looking to reinforce this position. Still do have Trent and Baby Bay to hold down this A site.
You would think this would be a tough round here. You're not going to be able to get that mid control easily. You're on a weaker buy as AG. There's that Cosmic Divide for retakes, and Baby Bay's got the first kill.
That's the top fragger now gone. A huge chunk of your entry power taken away from you. Here at the same time, love to see him just try to get the grab on this orb, but Jogamo's right there on the other side of that smoke. It's just not safe enough for him, so cannot get that showstopper online quite just yet. Jump peek from Baby Bay, plays in Trent in heaven, calls out. Sees GRQ, the kill to come through. Saturate the C's, the grab well. AU1 gonna be just grabbed, locked in position as the pit now blooming. Baby Bay quickly chasing forward into this one. Couple players there on high. Trent to be taken down, but Baby Bay now finding Shrimp in exchange. And Jogamo takes a second from the realize, it would seem like, but Kira gets found, and it's gonna be 13-6, G2. Mopping the floor with AG on AG's map pick a split.
Yeah, just in cruise control for most of this. A few rounds here and there that AG showed some life, some really nice stuff overall from Fangir, but not enough. Frankly, AG struggled a bit on this map, so maybe a change up is exactly what the doctor ordered, but I'm gonna need some step up here behind Fangir. Fangir, he's been really good on this map for them on the Yoru. He can really do damage, get that op into his hand, get those snipers into his hand, and he can really start taking over rounds. Players on the backside, like AU1, like Kira, I think really need to be stepping up in that second line and that back line to keep them in this map.
So far the pistols have been elusive. Let's see if that continues as the barriers do drop. And off the rip, just going to be a drone forward, scouting out a main. Trent the only one really at home here on this site. Doesn't look like he has been spotted, but smoke now blooming, Spike getting ready to be rotated in. I think you're still a world away. Doesn't have a quick gate crash, but it looks like it's just going to be some pressure. Ramp up that orb, try to fast track that Harbor ult. Meanwhile, triple presence from G2 in mid.
They're trying to check to see if there's been any fast rotations. They're getting a little bit of a response, so it's going to pause up, set Kira into mid here. Try to watch for those rotations, watch for any lurks as best as he can.
He's setting up this star. Nebula going to be blooming. As the rotations start to come through, double walk down. Talking about watching for this and collecting the elimination. It's going to be Kira taken out. Player advantage, and Spike gets planted. See if AG can try to hold the line. Fengir rotating up top, gets the dink there on the Juggernaut, has the finisher, but Trent quickly trades it back. Maintains the player advantage. Yep, an explosion of death. Trent with a second, and Baby Bay with two of his own. Another pistol in the hands of G2, another opening round.
Yeah, and again, it's just really good methodical stuff from G2. They're finding the player that's looking for the lurk. They deal with that. They can set up for their execute pretty safely behind Valen's High Tide. Even though they lose Jog, which still gets the relay bolt out in time. Again, the follow-up right there from Trent to immediately deal with Fengir. And then it's just Baby Bay from up on high, doing a really nice job. Valen came in today. I could see he was pumped up, walked on the stage. He was clapping, he was hyping up the crowd. He's doing it here again, wants to rally Chile behind him. And they're doing a great job of it just in their own gameplay. It's a couple stingers, Marshall for Baby Bay.
Plenty of firepower. Bandit and the Ghost on the opposite side. And this opening shock dart, not going to find any purchase. Just be the grab of the orb. AU1.
Fengir did grab a Ghost. You do have a Bandit for AU1, so a little bit of extra oomph here on this eco.
Recon out, just going to be a back pedal from Baby Bay. Put up some space with that Marshall. At the same time, ping reveal onto one. Quick little snap back. Break of that cove. Now the push forward with the plant getting ready to come through. Nebula's dropping it backside, jog him out into the open there for a brief little moment. Spots out multiple players. And once again, seems to be the sacrificial lamb, but not before he's able to find another kill. As Fengir will fall. Baby Bay eventually overwhelmed. But we've just traded places. The two remaining players, and now just the one completely shifted away from where the spike had been planted. Kira with this Marshall.
Ooh!
Quick scope for the headshot, but cannot stop the defuse. Maybe look for a little bit more damage. As Trent goes up and over the top, he's looking for that kill, and eventually will be able to find it. The two players surviving, some decent damage found here for AG. But it is a 2-0 start for G2 once again.
Yeah, just their decision to be a little bit more aggressive. Try to catch G2 a bit off guard. Works pretty well. You know, you throw some of that Astra util at the front of the door. You just set up some crossfires of their own. That's a nice shot from Kira. I'll give him that for sure. But at the end of the day, it is going to be G2. Bulldog, couple stingers, not much able to be carried over into this bonus, so good opportunity here for AG to get on the board again.
Look at this silent right of the rope, and yep, Jogamo immediately storming down mid. Two players alongside him. A lot of control, but seemingly anticipated as Kira plays back over towards the spawn. Same setup on the recon, getting ready to fly. Trent alone at backside for now. Kira looking to try to hold this angle. Jogamo going to be caught off guard. Does strike, but now the other two players well aware of his position. He's going to be rerouted. Just around the side as they try to find the surround on him. And there's the stun coming through. Valen able to collect it. AU1 similarly going to be taken down. And suddenly the player advantage is there for G2 as they look to convert another bonus at the start of the map.
Watch GRQ. Could go for the backstab through heaven.
Playing it patiently for now. Good damage dealt onto Baby Bay. Fengir looking to try to confirm that kill, but Valen with it recovered Phantom is going to have it, and they're just defusing it all the while. It's a Mastercard thrifty. G2 converting it and looking to take everything away. Shrimp will be able to survive, but it's another 3-0 start for G2.
And this attacker side has plagued AG, at least in recent history. It's just a great utilization of the Storm Surge there by Valen. Oh my God, Baby Bay.
Let's go!
That's what I like to see.
Come on.
Nice shot with the Sheriff. Yeah, I mean, AG wants to get so aggressive in towards security and just not going great. Like some of the ideas, like the way they're using the Cove to block off ropes when they go in onto the site in that eco round, but...
Here's another changeup. G2 haven't played this early aggression outside of OMEN, but it's going to be Chocobo to take it down. So solid kill found. Now BabyBay gone as well. Looking for Thrifty of their own. AG. Two-player advantage already established. And now, expounded upon, Valen has fallen. Saturate into the back. AU1 from up on high is able to take down Trent. Now it is just Leaf with an outlaw in hand. Kill anybody that he's manages to connect with, but not sure if he's really going to be given the opportunity at all. This little setup, this trap attempt from G2 just does not really work out in their favor whatsoever.
No, trying to show a different look and it just gets dissected. Having some of those short-range weaponries to deal with the Neon.
Swing around the back, and two snappy shots. Leaf will take that every day, now has the weapon upgrade. Try to find a little bit more damage, but the exits are going to be there. Mid,
well,
being watched as well. Kira here and ready. Make sure that he doesn't carry that weaponry over. So AG this time a lot earlier, get themselves on the board.
Yeah, it's just winning a fight here. Kind of playing a little anti-Neon. And then Fengir, have that double layer there with those duelists. It's exactly what you're gonna need more of. Nice shots from Leaf. Gets the headshot there even at the end. That's probably a nice confidence booster. You're also gonna have a couple ults now for AG. You're gonna have the Harbor ult, you're gonna have the Astra ult.
One charge each from that Hunter's Fury as well as the Dimensional Drift. A lot to try to work with here.
See if they just go for some kind of set execute off that Reckoning.
Up and over the top, looking for that stun back sight. Dash across, BabyBay exiting towards connector. But himself safe as the spike gets brought to bear, and BabyBay does get tagged down. 30 HP remaining on him. So we have the corner. GRQ going to be losing his life, but Leaf is going to be quickly traded out. Fengir for a little bit more. Wall falling, the flank noted. BabyBay does manage to find the one, but AU1 trades it right back. Advantage maintained. This Cosmic Divide as well just looks to lock them out of this sight. AG know just how desperately they need these round wins early. Stun avoided, the recon gonna be cleared. The swing out of the smoke, Trent to his demise, and now Valen gonna be spotted as well. Backpedals to the opposite side of the wall, but it will be fading here shortly. 3 bullets in hand, AU1 unable to find it. Valen now, they're trying to play this one out.
He can just stick.
Still available, but there's the grab to start it. So you're not going to be getting that Sova ult out, it would seem. Shrimp will go ahead and confirm that he is not on the defuse. He hears Kira around the back, I believe, but will still get caught in AG. 2 rounds in a row, one away from tying it up. Looking very alive and well so far here on Abyss.
Yeah, they're dealing really quickly with some of these tricky plays that G2's trying to bring in. They use the high tide there to try to set up Leaf to push through, and he's only going to get one before Fengir reacts, so that's really nice play from him. Kira watching for that lurk. This is really well thought out stuff, really well game planned for all gamers. They're starting to get a grip onto their nerves, onto this match, although you're going to have a ton of ultimates for G2 in this eco. They could throw at you, in particular Jog's Overdrive, something you'd love to avoid if possible. Fengir sitting on his ult. Shrimp hit that Hunter's Fury as well.
Double dash forward. GRQ just going to be a quick refract back. Doesn't see anything. Well, that mid door going to be broken, but it's going to be a silent drift away here from AG. Able to avoid this trap setup once again from G2 as they had the quad stack on A.
Yeah, I like this a lot. Oh, and even using the drift over here. Get a little bit of extra info just to make sure that B's going to be a little bit safer. And just have that Bucky of Leafs to worry about. Valen's getting here quick, though.
Leaf just staying tucked away. The Nebula loomed there as well. The swing of the corner, and it's just a bit off. Clip it into the shoulder, not finding center mass. Kira able to stay alive. The spike now planted. Felt like that Bucky is the real win condition and trying to pull off a Thrifty. Smoke now going to be falling. GRQ up over the top of the rafters, able to find a quick little transfer. Cleans up a second elimination. That's the overdrive loss as well.
Enemy remaining.
Jogamo had pulled the trigger on that one. He certainly is going to be regretting it. Baby Bay around the back, Sheriff in hand. Nice little clean one tap. I don't think he's going to be able to find anything more. The warning shot's ringing out. AU1 positioned here in mid. Creeping forward, it's just going to be a frantic spray and pray. Cleans him up, and AG tie it up at 3-3.
Okay, starting to do some nice stuff on the map. Really being cautious about where the players are, making sure they've got good information before they really commit to anything. Using that drift, they invest a couple ultimates in this round against an Eco just to make sure it goes. And anybody who watches China knows that Ecos can be problematic for teams in that region.
Sure.
So you want to make sure that you're not giving any extra opportunities over towards G2. Baby Bay is going to have that op, though. We know what he can do with it. He's put up some highlight reel performances with it over in Americas. They're going to take some mid-control here. They like to get Fangir up in towards vents a lot of times on some of these attack rounds, try to see if they can create some extra pressure that way. For now, just looking for that response, and Baby Bay's getting really aggressive over here.
Pushed all the way forward, here's the drone. We'll just clear that one. Sending out the warning shot, letting him know that the operator is here, but it looks like AG picking up the spike, might just look to try to play into it.
Well, I think they feel like, okay, well, that op's probably on its own. We have a harbor, we have some good util that can maybe clear it.
Meanwhile, Kira finding Jogamo once again. He's holding down that mid position, not allowing for the deep push, that fast flank to come through. Convergent paths drawn out, ready, sent now from Baby Bay, looking for the catch. We'll get on to a couple players who swiftly do make their exits. That has them held back here for the moment.
It's bought time.
Re-swing in. Recon for backside at the ready. Trent not going to be in a position to try to clear this one, it would seem. Because there's the concuss. Quick little dash away, but still going to be tagged up, and Baby Bay going to be taken down. Shrimp. Johnny on the spot with a Hunter's Fury. Lobbing on the shock darts, interrupting and displacing that plant, but now can be committed to. As the smoke fades. Spotted on the one. Trent looking for the kills, able to find Fengir. Needs a hell of a lot more. The quick drop down, and Trent somehow wins that out. AU1 should have had it dead to rights, and now the Cosmic Divide is going to be called in as well. The post-plant util being dumped. Trent, however, still holding his ground. Finds a third, cannot get the fourth. The jump forward, the shorty, denied! As Fallon and Leaf find one apiece.
What a play from Trent. From the top ropes, Fengir there, left out to dry. Nobody's watching that as he's trying to back away. And then Trent drops down. They used the Reckoning even there to clear some space. And oh, poor AU1 just can't adjust in time. Trent with 3, Fallon covering. That's a big one for G2 because it felt like AG was going to be the ones getting up to 4 and taking the lead.
That's heavy investments as well. Pretty much from both sides when it comes down to the ultimates, but Trent's still one charge away from now having that Hunter's Fury online again, so. G2, that Bolt Economy swung back towards their favor. Fengir now. Yeah. Silent walk down, ringing out a couple shots, the drone for the check. We'll just make a quick exit, so Valen unable to find the punish.
Yeah, Valen trying to gain a little bit of space, but again, AG's done a mostly really nice job of covering these lurks, covering their flanks, making sure that any space that G2 is trying to take is dealt with, especially in the early to mid parts of the round. And they've sold
orb grab into orb grab for AU1.
Yeah. Want to get that Reckoning again. He's one away. He just let it loose a couple rounds ago. So could get it again. He's got Spike in hand too, so they might, if they can get to it, they're gonna have it for post plant. And look at Kira, he's so ready for this. Oh no, 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 no!
Right in the Astral Form, but the perfectly worst time is Valen. Unable to find that second kill, but no, does get it eventually, but this time on the Shrimp. The push forward, Fengir now gonna be following Jogama with that Bulldog. Fiercely pushing forward. Pop with the shorty as well. Spamming out these shots, trying to scare them away. As the smoke dissipates, he once again catches a glimpse, and AU1 catches a headshot. It's GRQ. Can he just tuck away? Can he try to hold on to the weapon? It's a 1v4 with 15 seconds. There's no way to win this, but can he retain this gun? Swing in the corner. He's been spotted. So they're gonna corral him. Flanks back for one. Baby Bay getting ready to come around the flank. GRQ reading it well, finds another. But Leap eventually will be able to flush him out with the wallbang shots. Just 2 players surviving for G2, but now they stretch the lead.
Oh, it's a backbreaker. Oh, Kira. He's been so good on this map so far. He's 8-6, but that one right there is a brutal death to take. And that just gives so much extra room for G2 to maneuver, so much confidence to just press their advantage. Oh, no. That's going to get the timeout from AG. Oh, man.
Brutal one to let G2 back into this. Stretch that lead by 2 rounds again. Go into the Coinbase win condition timeout for AG. You mentioned it. This attacker side, kind of where they've been having their struggles. So the more that they can get here, the better setup they're going to be to potentially try to close this one out. But you start letting G2 run away with the map. We saw exactly what happened on Split earlier.
Yeah, I mean, it is a different comp as well. So there is kind of that extra oomph behind it with the Harbor, it feels like. You know, even though there's a Harbor on the other side too, you're still able to kind of cut up the map a little bit more than you could, you know, with just running an Astra and a Vito in there. So I think, you know, you're going to see this attacker side be just naturally a little bit stronger behind that, but still, there's been a couple rounds here that are just heartbreaking for AG that they should have won, and they just give up, you know, the sticks on a couple defuses, some rounds where they actually do some nice stuff and have some good, you know, macro plans in terms of getting to a plant, getting into some post plants, but they haven't been able to convert as often as I'm sure they'd like. Look at G2. They're playing very deep. Anti-mid positioning here, but early coves from both teams. So you can just figure out what's going on. This high tide's so fast again.
The wall's up on both sides, but there's that reckoning getting called in, but no one there to get caught by it.
Doesn't go very deep either.
It doesn't. Wall's now getting ready to fall. U1, however, able to find one, but Leaf looking for that transfer, cannot find it, ends up getting taken down. Stun gonna be connecting though, and Jogamo able to find that fadeaway shot right before the trade out comes in. It's only a 2v2, the spike now dropped right in front of Baby Bay, who is low on HP. The drone to try to scout. Eventually cleared, Fengir does get tagged by this, and Baby Bay wants to scale off of that. The smoke falling, does manage to catch him, but now a 1v1. The Cosmic Divide gonna be committed here from Kira. Looking for the clutch. Recon, Midding, and Trent running a massive risk there. But might just find a timing.
30 seconds left.
Now pushing out around the back, jumps up on top of the box, still needs to drop down. 25 seconds remaining as the wall will fall. Trent disconnects back over towards that connector.
As Hunter's Fury.
Here's position. He could basically be anywhere, and like you said, the Hunter's Fury is online. Taps it, trying to see if he can get that util out, but Trent not biting. Plays it slow, plays it wisely, and gets G2 the round win.
Really like the decision-making here from G2. Knowing that Reckoning was available, they just give up that space where it would have hit. They just play back a jog. That is good.
If he doesn't get that, who knows?
Right. I also like Baby Bay's decision to push off of that information that he gets from the drone. Knowing he's weak, knowing he needs to get one. He's got a fist pump from Valen. That was a big one from Trent. Played that so well. Knew that that Hunter's Fury was going to be in the back of his opponent's mind. Played a little bit further forward. Shock Dart connects. GRQ. It's tagged up a bit. Here we go. Kira into the vents, and Trent's just leaving. Still has the safety of the door there, so just going back to kind of that similar style.
Once again, just giving up the space, but Trent now could get pounced on very quickly. Stinger through the door from Kira as he's out with the drone. There it is. Look at them trying to run him down, but it resets the aim, and Trent just so snappy with the readjustment, finds the headshot, gets that punish. Swing of the corner, Baby Bay has the outlaw. And has Fengir dead on the floor. Still 5 players strong, now just the 4. Leaf will get picked apart. Shorty finding value, AU1 gonna be stunned up, but sends out a stun of his own, but Valen's still able to hound him down. Swings the corner. Weapon scooped up, GRQ needing to do it all, and he cannot. 3 left alive, now G2 march on 7-3. A lead of the half once again secured.
And this kind of retake style that G2's been implementing has been working really well. But again, it's just kind of in some of these individual moments where the caliber of player of G2 is just a little bit better, a little bit steadier because of their experience on stage. And this Trent again is able to win out a fight. He absolutely should not. Kira here just, sometimes the stinger can be a little wild. That's the backbreaker.
Won't commit for it.
Yeah.
That's a brutal one, and we already saw the frustration after dropping the 1v1 of the previous round. Gotta expect that has just multiplied that frustration significantly.
For sure, and now you're into some pretty good ult cycles for G2. Still have the convergent paths, GRQ, so it's like maybe try to get him posted up into mid, but a little bit of back and forth. Trent needs to be considering this mid push, and look how deep GRQ is. He's pinched though, but he's got backup.
Maybe they watch it for it though, and he's gonna be winning it. Trying to send out the waylay, hope for a bit of a hero play there, but it ends up going awry for AG. Fengir similarly tagged down the 26 before he was able to gate crash out.
And that's your ult, man. In a buy round, in a rifle round.
Have to just save it for the final of this half. For now though, Kira alone on this side of the map. Gonna be looking for what seems like a very late lurk or just the call over. Yes, it will be the rotation call. Meanwhile, Jogamo here to try to intercept. Trip gonna be caught. Relay bolt has the enemy harbor locked away. Just completely bisecting the members of AG. Jogamo already dropping down, getting himself slotted in. Overdrive popped. He is on the hunt, on the prowl, and he has found Kira. He just doesn't know what hit him, and now AG there is no other recourse. They have to save these weapons. No money to work with, a 2v5, and just no time remaining. G2. Once again, advancing up to 8. And once again, gonna be looking for that 9-3 dominance in the opening half. Eluded them on split, but can they find it this time around? It's looking pretty damn good for them. Kill on the leaf, shrug that off.
Last round in the half.
It's just a good hard read, frankly, from G2 on this round. They have 4 players posted at top mid. They just give up that space willingly because they have a trap play set up, and GRQ feels the pressure, tries to go for a big play, finds 2 players at G2 staring him down. Oh, here we go. Watch this. Convergent paths right at AG.
He's going to catch all of them. That with the saturate. Potentially lobbed. Then if he goes for the double dash, and the Hunter's Fury as well available for Trent. Waiting for the setup. The recon going to go bouncing forward. There's the convergent paths. Looking for the trap here. Now the Hunter's Fury in, but it's going to be Jogamo tearing apart 3. Gets traded up, baby. They caught up in the ult, but has to refract out the safety. In the blink of an eye, everyone alongside GRQ has evaporated, snapped out of existence. What a setup from G2. They get their 9-3 half.
Another great read from Valorant and company. Took them a little bit, felt a little bit shaky for the first half. Since then, it has been all G2.
They are looking clean, they are looking merciless, and AG are looking out of sorts and out of ideas. They need to get it together. As we go to the halftime break, we'll see if they can rally back in a second.
Chile, qué placer poder estar aquí con nuestros co-streamers. Vine aquí a invadirles un poco el espacio a ustedes. Y bueno, Mix, preguntarte a ti, ¿cómo la has pasado en Chile? ¿Cómo te ha recibido la gente? Creo que igual todo ha sido como muy claro, pero algo que le tengas que decir también a ellos.
Muchísimas gracias a todos. Sois la mejor Masters de la historia del Valorant. Mi segunda casa. Y estoy muy contento de haberos podido conocer a muchos de vosotros y gracias por tratarme siempre como una familia. Gracias, chicos.
Muy bien. Un aplauso, un ruido para Vix. Ok, Hit. ¿Algo que decir también al público?
Nada, solo decir a toda la gente de Chile que de verdad esta experiencia creo que no la vamos a olvidar en la vida. Habéis sido un público increíble y el calor que nos habéis dado aquí no lo olvidaremos jamás. ¡Muchas gracias, Chile!
Muy bien. Algo rápido, Black. ¿Algo que decir?
Chicos, sois la mejor máster de la historia y Chile es el mejor país de Chile. ¡Let's go!
¡Griten con el alma!
And back we go into Abyss. The audience keeping up the energy, but needing to see more of it from the AG camp. Off to that decent start, that tie up 3-3, but after that, it has just been flatlining for this Chinese squad.
Just a couple heartbreaking rounds that seem to have completely caused all gamers to crumble. And the #1 seed out of China is gonna have to dig so deep here on this defender's side. And it's gonna be a 4-man grouped up push for G2. It is kind of one of those pivot positions, something you see a lot of teams doing these days, these 1-3-1s. Quick TP over as well for Fangir. See here though, gap in the
Everybody in a
smoke.
position.
Yeah.
Could be a very swift flood retake here for them. As well, that's not where that shock dart was supposed to go. Shrimp may be watching too many EMEA VODs, but doesn't have that early damage. Trying to poke and prod away at the G2 players. Swing into the backside, the refract going to be taken. Maybe they able to find Fangir though, as Fallon does get traded out. Gosh, up in the tower, and how is he winning that? The gun not there, it's not loaded, it's not ready, and G2 storm their way through. Perfect in the pistols, and looking to bring this one to a swift conclusion as they hit double digits.
I don't know if Baby Bay just knew that there was gonna have to be a reload up there, and that's why he went for it. Because he caught Shrimp mid-reload, or if he just felt like he needed to try something crazy, but it works a treat. And AG not able to fight their way out. Trying for that flood. G2 take a pistol round. That may be the decider.
Forward into the smoke, and the right clicks are just not finding their target. AG are looking out of sorts, they're looking shook, they're looking scared. As the plant will come in, and ultimately it feels like they need to just group together, go down to the spike.
Yeah, at this point, this should be the end of the round.
Or you can jump off the side of the map.
That's what I would do.
It is Abyss.
It's in the name.
Gonna fall back here.
But they're
Posturing around.
yeah, GRQ's tucked in like he's gonna go for it.
Meanwhile, Fallon, I think you'd be more than willing to hunt for this one, but we'll just go ahead and back away. Instead, it's gonna be Leaf with that Ghost. Try to see if he can get some damage, get some more ult charge. Spot on the one, the headshot found, gets himself his second. Won't be able to find the third. The G2, a bonus conversion away from taking this up to match point.
They've already converted one bonus on this map, 2 in the series. It feels like they might be on for a third. AG, I mean, you might just be forced to rip an early timeout at some point. We'll see. Maybe they starting to get that confidence flowing, starting to hit some shots.
Gus was talking about it so far, the performances from Baby Bay. It's been some ups and downs, but widely not seeing that peak coming through. So far, here on these two maps, he has been rock steady for G2.
It's been really nice.
That's what you want to see. You want to see that continuation for AG. We want to see the rally back. We want to see some damage dealt. There's a trip. Oh, gonna be caught. Do they pursue fast enough? Looks like they don't quite check in the tower. It's gonna be the fast lane actually sparing him. But, okay, turns back, is able to find Trent. He's gonna be wondering, why the hell did my duelist call this one out? Baby Bay does manage to shift around, find that kill, but then GRQ takes him down. Fallon arriving in that mid lurk. Cleans up a kill, swap of the weapon. No, it's likely going to be the back pedal. Could be at risk, though, in mid. Wall will fall.
Yeah.
They're still, no, shifting away from this.
Oh, no.
This gives Valorant a massive opportunity.
It's another timing.
Do they have the read that B has been completely emptied?
There's just no info. Leaf is trying to figure something out.
He's scaling. He's looking for a shot there with that Outlaw. He eats the brunt of that one, though. Down to 18 health. Well, this is going to give time for AG to start sussing out that this rotation is coming through.
Yeah, another cove sent by Valen to try to keep AG interested on the other side of the map to make sure that they're going to be able to hopefully get into this plant, and it looks like they will be given the opportunity. Vandal for Valen. I'm not counting G2 out of this round just yet. You never know with him and Leaf in play.
He's got the full health. And if he can find a kill, that will give him the reckoning as well. Leaf now postured forward, a tight angle. Staring back over towards that spawn side. It will be in through mid. All three players being ready for the push, the swing in, and GRQ able to finish the job that he started. Now it all comes down to Valen. Here's the hopping of the waylay. They check forward into the smoke. Nothing going to be spotted there. At the same time, Kira ready for the drop down, potentially on that flank. The tuck into the corner. The patient play. He's been spotted with Valen. Oh my goodness. Almost makes a go of it. The bonus not to be converted, but damage is absolutely dealt. Just Kira left alive.
He's so smart, man. The way he plays this. He almost hit that transfer too, but just tucks in behind the smoke. They're checking it, They thought he might try to re-clear that smoke. He doesn't do that, and they don't read that he can be tucked into the corner. Keeps the gun hidden, so it doesn't stick into the smoke. So smart, but they're able to react just in time. GRQ lucky as well that Leaf doesn't connect with that Outlaw shot as he's coming in through Link.
Still in with a shout. Match point not obtained yet, AG. Let's see if they can streak together at least a couple more rounds, if not make a go of this.
Now with the reckoning here. Could just be a execute off the back of the ultimate.
Take flight.
Let's see what Trent sees. Saw Kira. No, High Tide is out. They're going to be able to hold on to the ult. There's nobody on site.
Yeah, just the two players here needing to wait for those reinforcements to come through. Shock darts this time. Going to be landing at Trent's feet. Finds the first one. For a little bit more spam as well. Valen just going to be sending out that ultimate, but damage very heavily suffered on the side of G2. Real opportunity to try to exploit that early damage here for AG on the retake. Recon quickly cleared out, down into the grab well. GRQ outdone, Baby Bay able to find that kill. Baby Bay finds three! Meanwhile, Valen just cleans up one of the Fang gear, and then he gets the finisher on his Shrimp. And I need to see that one back. Because Baby Bay just torpedoed AG's chances of getting that retake even started.
Oh my God, they're trying to play off the back of the recon dart there, trying to take space.
They just line up for him.
Yep. He's got the grab well there to help him out too. Nicely played by Leaf.
It will be that final timeout call. 8 rounds in a row, what AG needs to avoid dropping down to the lower bracket. But frankly, things are not going to get any easier for them.
Nope. It is a very stacked playoffs. And in this last Coinbase win condition timeout, just trying to keep their mental in. I mean, at this point for AG, if you can just rattle off 4 or 5 rounds in a row, even if you don't win the map, even if you don't win the series, you need to get that confidence built for that next one. That's really kind of what you're trying to do here as the coaching staff. Get their mental back in check. Teach them how to recover from bad starts, from bad international stage experiences.
They're going to have to do it with a very weak bye. 2 Buckies, Hero Vandal. Stinger alongside, okay, another Stinger. Yeah, you won, shifting around a couple times. No Outlaw on the opposite side. glimpse of good news here for him, but 3-player push out of A main. Looking for setup, looking for trap play. Looking for that kill, but he'll take Jogamo down to 50, but nothing more to be found.
Yeah, trying to get some value out of the Buckies. Just can't quite do it. Jog does go down to 50, though. So, at the very least, you've done some damage. More than you've taken, which is none, so that's great.
Immediately rotate out of this, but G2 are just ready for now, staying quiet.
I think maybe as well, trying to get ahead of like a convergent path sort of set execute over from A main.
Oh, contact straight down mid. VALORANT is ready for it. Finds the headshot and punish until you're now gone. Your one Vandal that you had in hand, stranded down bottom of mid. This Bucky in GRQ's hands needs to do wonders, but the drone's gonna be sent out in front. Trent should be able to get the spot here. Sends it out over the top, pushing through the smokes, checks around towards that right side. Nothing spotted quite just yet, but there's the tag. Still able to spot him out, and he cannot escape. Jogamo pursues. It's a bit of revenge for the earlier damage suffered as the plant now comes in.
Spike plant.
3 remaining players, a Bucky, 2 Stingers. It would be absolutely miraculous. They work their way across. Drone forward deep. Out from safety, but Jogamo, he's still just swinging out. Kira plays right into it. Gets taken down. Shrimp now tagged up. The last one to fall will be AU1. Finds a kill on a leap, but Baby Bay not quite able to find it. Trent will take it away, but 13-4. G2 find the 2-0 as they send all gamers down to the lower bracket.
Yeah, this G2 team looking clean, looking strong, looking to try to get themselves in to another deep run at a Masters. Saw what happened last year. They want another crack at it. They want another go, and this is one hell of a way to start.
And if this performance was anything but dominant, then you would still have those concerns. Sure. But this is the kind of play that you need to be seeing from G2 if you want to believe in that capability to make a deep run, because we've seen how terrifying all the other teams in the uppers are right now. This is a big one for them, for all gamers. A very unfortunate stepping stone for them. How many times have we seen teams come out first time on a global stage and not be able to find that footing?
Yeah.
Could just be another case of that, but we need to see the rally back. We need to see them steady things out in their next appearance.
Yeah.